So in this video, we're going to be talking about swaging. Before we talk about swaging, I just wanted the point of swaging is a way of connecting two parts together, right?
Yes.
So these are the alternatives to that, which are obviously that's a fitting,
Yeah.
a normal coupler which you're going to braze, and this is the Maxi Pro, which you would use press gun,
Yeah.
and press it, which we'll talk about in a different video. But what I wanted to get a point about swaging, which you're going to demonstrate now, is why do you swage and not use fittings?
So the reason for swaging is obviously just to connect two pieces of pipe together, but also to minimize the amount of joints that you have on a system.
Okay.
So again, with the press fitting, with the couplings, you're going to have double the amount of fittings that you need to braze. And
so why use another piece of metal when you can just use the two parts together?
use the two parts together.
Okay, so let's go for it. So you've prepped the pipe, and there's a video about prepping pipe in our series. So on the assumption that we prepped pipe, which we did do off camera, let's see how you do swaging.
Right, so we've got a couple of types actually. So we have got your traditional swages, which are those ones. But if you can go in the bag, there's a little blue box.
This
little tiny blue box, yeah? Bring that box over.
Yeah.
And then we have got something called a spin swage. Very controversial.
Right.
I think they're like Marmite. Right. Some people love them, some people hate them.
Yeah. You use it in other applications like plumbing.
Yeah, that's it.
Seen it.
Yeah.
But they don't, I haven't seen this in plumbing.
Yeah, so this is like just your traditional swager. Okay, isn't it? Been around for years.
Mechanical versus.
You can also get ones that are part of a flaring kit as well, like, but that's just another style. But these are the sort of two types.
And which one, when you were starting out and learning, did you use first?
These.
Right. So
used them for years. These are very common.
Okay. These are relatively new concepts.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, let's talk about both. Right. Cool.
Yeah. So with our pipe work, so because we can't braze in here, but what you normally do is you anneal the pipe. So you basically heat the pipe up so it allows it to expand without splitting.
Right. Even though it's coming in a coil and it's soft. Do you swage straight lengths as well or not?
Yep.
So you can swage either straight length or a coil. But
you have to anneal both.
Both. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're locally annealing both.
So like with the especially the 1/4 and the 3/8, because they're such small pipes,
right,
they're prone to splitting.
Are we likely to see a split then?
I'm hoping not with a 5/8.
Okay. So it'd be interesting with you.
So yeah, so you've already got your pipe prepped.
Yes.
You're annealed.
Yeah.
So that basically sits inside the pipe work.
Okay.
And you give that a squeeze.
Yeah.
Sort of halfway. And you see how the copper's expanding there.
Yes.
And then go halfway, give it a little twist.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then give it a big old squeeze. So yeah, there you have your swage pipe.
So basically, it's all you're doing is just it's expanding a bit of pipe.
Yeah.
Right. When you did split it.
Yeah, didn't split it.
So you didn't need to it. And that, in theory, should just fit in there. So it's like a coupler.
Yeah.
Because you've got the depth there, so you know how far to push it in. Do you mark it to know how big we go in or not?
I mean, you can do. I mean, if you're sort of like taking the pipe out to prep it, you can put a little line there.
Okay.
Just to get
pretty straightforward. How did you know on this tool the right size to? Have you got different sizes?
Yes. So you do have different size heads. Say you have your 5/8 head, and usually it will say sort of 5/8.
And how do you get it on and off? Just literally just
twist it off. Yeah. So how these work is basically you've got different sections.
Yeah.
On the head, and then it just works like a cone that comes out.
Okay.
So it's basically just expanding those cross-sectional areas.
Okay. And obviously they look really well looked after, so there must be a box or something.
Yeah. So there's a box they come in, and they come in all different size heads. So we've got a 3/8 head there.
Yeah.
And they'll go up to sort of inch 8.
So that's usually expands. Cool. And is there any situation when you flare swaging that you can't use, or it's pretty much any part of the system you can swage?
Pretty much any part of the system, yeah. Any sort of that involves pipe work is
This is your main.
This is my go-to, yeah.
Right. Okay. So that's the manual way of doing it.
Yeah.
Let's see the more controversial.
Yeah, it's a bit controversial.
Okay.
People love it, people hate it.
So this is a standard drill.
So this is just a standard combi drill.
Okay. Yeah.
And then these are called spin swages. So what they are is pretty much like the other swages. They start small on the top,
Yeah.
and then they just expand down into a larger area on the bottom.
Okay, so there's no coating. It's literally just.
Literally. So they go in your drill,
Yeah.
and then you've got.
Again, you're probably local and e-live or.
Yeah, mate. This will anneal the pipe as you're drilling
Right. Okay.
because it spins so
it's
fast.
moving up. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, I haven't had any issues with it, like not annealing it. So, that goes in there, and basically. That's it.
I saw a little bit of yeah.
Yeah. So up, don't touch that. It's hot.
Okay.
So just to be safe.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, it's roasting hot. So you've obviously got to be careful with these. But for speed,
That looks a better finish
yep,
than that,
exactly.
and that just think wow, it is warm, isn't it?
Yeah. So you just got to be careful.
And you've annealed it as
But-
you go along.
But they come in different sizes. So when you look at the
I mean, looking at the two ends there,
Mhm.
that doesn't look as well.
exactly, that's why they're so controversial.
You've ruined a little bit of the consistency of the pipe there.
Yeah.
But
But when you look at the depth of the swage of this and that,
yeah.
see how much more of a depth you have.
Okay, so you can have a deeper.
So you can have a deeper swage for especially the 3/8 and the 1/4.
Which is good for.
Which is good for like if you're brazing at height or the pipe work keeps popping out, having a deeper swage will sort of help.
But your preference would be the more
My preference would be
the manual version.
yeah.
Okay, but some
Yeah.
people use that.
Some people would use that, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I would sort of
So there you go. A little bit of controversy in the video, but that in a nutshell is how you swage.